All right, so got my roll cart on the left and my larger box on the right. We'll look at this first. These are a 3/4 set gray pneumatic, 3/4 to 2 inch. Use them quite a bit. And there's my dog, one of them. All right, start over here. Keep all my impact stuff in here. Pry bars, some extra screwdrivers and stuff that I use a lot. Got some 12-point stuff, Sun X. These are metric, 10 millimeter through 24 millimeter. Then snap-on metric 6-point, 10 millimeter through 24 millimeter, I believe. Yeah, kind of hiding back in the corner. Some metric 1/2-inch drive swivels. These are all 1/2-inch drive stuff over here. These are Williams, 23 millimeter. I think it goes from 12 to 23. And we got some shallow 1/2-inch drive, snap-on metrics. Yeah, it looks like 11. Actually 10. 10's over there. Ten through 24. And snap-on 3/8 swivels, 12-point. This is a 10 millimeter through 18 millimeter. And the same for the 6 points. I think there's one less. No, same. Got a couple 1/2-inch or 3/4 to 1/2-inch adapters. The Sun X 3/8 swivel adapter. And a Proto 1/2 to 3/8. These are some specialty sockets I've needed over the years. This is a 10 millimeter 12-point. It's magnetic. Used it on Detroits. We actually used all these on Detroits and Cats. We got a 10. Oh boy. 10 to 12. A 13. And a 15. And across the back, we've got snap-on 1/2-inch drive deep impact 6-point. And this is a 1/2-inch. Goes up to inch and 9/16. And had those for a number of years. And also bought a Sun X 12-point. A lot of the new equipment has a lot of these 12-point fasteners, and same thing. I believe it's 1/2-inch through 1.5 inches. And then there's a shallow 1/2-inch drive standards, 1/2-inch through 1.5 inches there. A lot of these tools here, these are all Sun X stuff, 3/8 drive. Allens and Torx and tamper resistant Torx, internal, external, some triple square. Got some of these broken fastener deals. I've bought them, never even used them before. Extensions, more of the, so we got, over here is all my metric stuff. Over here is standard stuff. So got 3/8, 6-point, snap-on. This is 5/16 through, what do we got here? Through 1 inch. Then we got snap-on 3/8 swivels, 7/16 through 3/4, and snap-on 6-point 3/8 drive deeps, 7/16 through 3/4, and then 1/2-inch drive, 6-point swivels, 1/2 inch through 1.25 inches. A couple of those I just replaced. Those larger ones, I use them a lot. And my old style ones, these are the old style with that collar. They kept breaking on me, so I replaced them with the newer style. They're 1 1/16, 1 1/8, 1.25 inches. Then I got some extra deeps. You only use a couple of them most of the time. Cajun brakes. There's that big long 3/4. It's actually a Blue Point. I bought it because I like it better because the hex actually goes all the way down inside. So for Cajun brakes, it works out better so it doesn't jam your hand up against something on the cross member or what have you. Snap-on pry bars. There's a 36-inch, I believe. Another 36. And I got a set of these here. They're the straight ones, the striking ones. And then a short one here. And these are the 1/2-inch drive with the 3/8 drive male end. 1/2-inch drive female, 3/8 drive on the male. Real nice for getting into tight spots and using the smaller sockets. There's another one of the straight. This one's a straight, and here's another striking little short one. Use it a lot. And some TIG fingers in the back. I think that was it. I got some more of those magnetic sockets, and actually I've only used a couple of them, but one of those compulsive buys on the truck, I guess. Alright, first drawer here. Got a Ingersoll battery operated impact. It's been a pretty good one. Needle scaler in the back, a couple DeWalt little impacts. This little tiny one here, I actually got it for a gift, a Christmas gift for a place I was working, and it's coming pretty handy because it doesn't have tons of power, so it works real well for, you know, working on small stuff that you don't want to over torque. This one's actually pretty tough. It's all right for a little 3/8 drive one. Then my snap-on 1/2 inch and 3/8 impacts. These are the newer ones that I don't know, I've had them for about 6-7 years now. I don't really use the air stuff all that much anymore. Use this all the time. Great little impact. Snap-on CT761A. It's been real happy with it. I like the ergonomics of it. It's a great little impact. Some batteries, impact gloves. That's actually a handle for my air drill. And this drawer here, my larger wrenches, 1 11/16. These are all snap-on wrenches except for the black ones are proto. And I've got the regular combination wrench, and then the offset wrenches up to 2-inch there. Use those a lot on the big trucks. This is a little set that I take with me all the time. Keep it in the pouch. Goes up to 3/4. These little proto wrenches are pretty good. I've liked them. And then there's the rest of the set there that goes up to 1.5 inches. Yeah, overflow, bunch of junk. Some of the stuff I kept in my truck, and now it's in here. Actually waiting on my new truck to show up, so I'll have to load it back up when I get it. 3/4 inch torque wrench, little This is a 3/8 torque wrench and a 1/2 inch torque wrench. They're just the standard click type. The old ones, I've had them for years. They're nice. Do the job for me. This one's it's got the sealed head. It's a little newer. I actually broke my old one and bought this one quite a few years ago. It's been all right. And then the handle here for the 3/4 inch, and I use that one a lot on the trucks. So I got one of those torque angle gauges, just a cheapy one. I probably bought it off Amazon or something. Hardly ever have to use it. And an old Craftsman beam type. Actually bought that at a pawn shop, I believe. And I've got some hammers in here. Large dead blow. I got a whole bunch of other tools that aren't, in my toolbox. They're too big to fit in here. Got a really massive, it's a proto dead blow. That thing comes in handy a lot. But this one's a brass hammer here, or bronze, I guess. Don't want to mar something up. Works pretty good. And this bottom one here, I got my cooling system tester and a snap ring set. That's a respirator that I keep in here, and that deal in that white box there, it's one of those borescope cameras that plug into your phone. Some trim tools. And that's it for that one. And my larger box, I got a bunch of crap on top of it right now, and shop's a little bit messy, but been working. So, but this is a favorite drawer, everybody's favorite drawer, mine too. And it's got all my chrome sockets in it, a lot of the ratchets and what have you. Over here I got some swivels, 3/8 drive swivels and internal torques, and then some 12-point standard and metric sets or snap-on sets. And we got some tamper-resistant torques, and also have the can't even remember what the heck they call these things, more torque or something like that. I had to buy these to work on a transmission on my truck. And some more, I guess the 3 different style of torques there. The standard torques, and then these are a lot of the newer vehicles have this style of torques on them. Can't remember what you call them. My old ratchets, started buying tools in the late 80s, so kind of still use them every once in a while. I actually carry them around in the truck with me. Here's one of those adapters, make your breaker bar into a ratchet. Use that quite a bit. And these here are stick your taps in them. They have a little O-ring that holds the tap in for you. Then you can use your ratchet. This is a 1/2 inch. The larger ones are 1/2 inch, and the smaller ones are all 3/8, and then the little bitty ones here are 1/4 inch drive. But works good. Chasing holes, making holes, tapping holes, whatever you want to do. Some 8-point sockets, kind of just a few. I don't run into that stuff very often. Some Allens. Those are old SKs that I bought way back in the day, mid 80s, something like that. Some Allen ones as well. Bought those a long time ago. And then these are standard here. And then I got a bunch of adapters, different adapters, and 15 millimeter Matco. Had to buy that on the side of the road one day. It was broke down. Some of those triple squares in the back, and then this Mac set here, this is a triple square set. And my mom had a Volkswagen that ended up buying that for her to do some work for her. This is a metric semi-deep, goes up to 19 millimeter, 8 millimeter to 19. This is metric set of the shallows and the deeps, and then my spark plug sockets are here. Standard set, shallows and deeps. And I don't keep too many of the semi-deeps and the standards. I've got a 7/16 half and a 9/16. I use those a lot, and some spare sockets there in the back that picked up over the years. Got a lot of different extensions there through that area. And then one of those Ryobi bit sets, all kinds of different bits in there. And these are the stud removers or installers. I actually have another set of these. They're metric, but a friend of mine's using them right now. But these are really handy, putting studs and motors, what have you. Then for my pickup, change oil in my pickup, ball, got a set of metric and the standard ball long Allens. They're come in handy every once in a while. That deal's a Amazon buy. They're those Torx, those long Torx ones, and needed a set to actually work on my chainsaw, so I haven't really run into a need for them. I usually just use a socket. And we got some metric and standard over here, 1/2-inch drive. These are metrics. They go from 10 millimeter up to 32 millimeter, and then the 12-point shallows, 1.5 down to 7/16. This was one of the original sets I ever bought there. That and this set here that goes from 9/16 up to 1 inch. I've actually lost a couple of those over the years, but they're the old snap-on. And then this is a metric set here, same thing, 10 up to 24. And this set here's the 12-point standard set that goes from 7/16, I believe, no, 3/8 up to 1.5 inch. And I've actually had those for a number of years, but come in handy from time to time. Most of the time all I do is use the impact stuff anymore. And my 1/4-inch drive stuff, got my standard there in the red, metric in the orange, and then I mainly always use these here, the little semi-deeps. And I wish I would have bought my standards in the 12 points as well, because that 12 points come in handy a lot. So I got an old Craftsman set and 12 points there if I need them. And one of my favorite little ratchets. Love this little guy. 1/4-inch drive, flex head. Good ratchet. This other one here, I actually got it. This ratchet I got with a set. I don't remember which one it was. One of these sets here. And my really old little snap-on 1/4-inch drive, one of those flex extensions, my other extensions, and through here I keep those longer pry bars that won't fit in any of those other boxes, but I got that long striking one, and then there's another one of those really long 1/2-inch drive with the 3/8 end. And then underneath them is the handles for my 3/4-inch ratchet head. And the other ratchets, 1/2-inch drive, the locking flex head, kind of like the locking ones. They Tend to break a little bit, but whatever. My snap-on guy's pretty cool. He replaces them. And 3/4 inch drive head, 1/2 inch. One of my older 1/2 inch doesn't have the comfort grip handles. I got my big long breaker bar here in the back. Don't hardly ever use it anymore. Impacts are much easier. Another flex head and 3/8, another swivel. And 3/8 stuff, I normally just use these two most of the time. Sometimes this flex head makes it nice in some areas. Really old set that I've had forever. Snap-on 6-point 3/8 drive. That set that goes up to 7/8 of an inch. Little tiny sucker here. 1/4 inch through 7/8. But that thing's been riding around with me for a long time. Alright, we'll go over this drawer here, hammer drawer. Got another dead blow. Got an old bronze hammer back there. It's got an aluminum handle. My dad made it years ago. He was working in a machine shop. I had to replace this hammer here. I beat the other one all the heck, so got me a new one here the other day. Some snap-on, another bronze tip snap-on, and then use this one quite a bit. I like that nylon end. Piston hammer. Another dead blow. Here's a thing little deal I made out of aluminum to drive the bushings into the spiders for the S-cam followers, brake followers, stuff like that. And this was a hammer I've had for a long time, the Blue Point one, before they actually came out with the snap-on ones. And then these snap-on hammers I got the whole set, but I mainly just use that little one. This one I use all the time too. I kind of like the flatter face on it for banging on things. That little one I use it all the time. It's a good little hammer. Got some regular old ball peens underneath everything. And got punches and chisels and things I've had to made. A couple arch punches for knocking holes and stuff. Some bull pricks. All my air hammer tools are in there as well. Here's between this box here and this one, this drawer, is the rest of my combination wrenches. So this is 1 3/16 up to 1.5 inches. I kind of like keeping those there because I use several of those 1 1/4, 1.5 inches. Actually, the 1 1/4 is in my other drawer, but use those a lot. And we got some snap ring pliers, oil filter wrenches. Got a fish tape back there, one of those little fish tapes for dragging wires through stuff. Little piston ring compressor. I kind of like that one because it's kind of versatile for small engines, whatever. I don't tend to do a lot of engine rebuilds anymore anyways. So some radiator picks. I don't know, bought those at Napa or something like that. I don't know. Some Blue Point snap-on snap ring pliers. Got some brushes in there. Got some old brake tools in there for old drum brakes on cars that don't even see them anymore. Still have a truck that has them, but I'll probably never wear the brakes off of it. Some of this stuff was in my service truck at one point. That's why I got multiples. But this tubing cutters and a stapler and my stethoscope and this little clamp deal for getting those pain in the ass clamps on cars nowadays. Excuse me. This drawer is my standard wrench drawer. Got The offset wrenches here. Another thing I bought. I guess this is probably back when Snap-on first changed their logo. I like these wrenches. They got that when they first came out with that Flank Drive Plus stuff. They've always worked real well for me. Crow's feet, little short Craftsman wrenches, and a 3/4 inch Armstrong. I actually found that on the side of the road somewhere. And some more of those Proto and some gear wrench, ratchet wrench. I like those Proto ones. Those gear wrench suck. And then this was actually my original set of Snap-on wrenches up to 1 inch. They've got some, been beaten up a little bit. Got 1 1/4 inch there, and then 1 1/8 on this side. I typically use these new ones. I'm a little more comfortable than the older ones. A couple crescent wrenches. Blue point wrench. I use these two on brakes. Yeah, some other, I think those are Husky flare wrenches there. These are ignition wrenches. Who knows, used those a couple times over the years. Came with a Craftsman set I bought when I was a kid. And this is the metric ones. So 22 millimeter there, 10 to 22. And then this one's a 10 to 24. These Snap-on PWZ1 and PWZ2, I use those a lot. Those things try to keep them clean because I'm usually getting them filthy dirty. Some Craftsman little short stubbies. Got those in 10, 12, and 14. Tend to use those a lot. Here's the other set of the metric Flank Drive Plus. Good wrenches. I really like them. Those cheap, I bought those little cheap wrenches doing hydraulic lines and stuff like that. These here, easier to use than a big old long wrench once you get it broke loose. And some aluminum wrenches for A-end fittings. More of the flare nut crow's feet metric. Little spanner wrench here. I need to buy a set of those Protos in the metric. Use those. I think I'd like them a lot better. Pliers in this drawer. Some Mac. He's got those goofy ends. Use those on hoses, yanking hoses off and stuff. And use this a lot, cutting big heavy wire. This was a set that I got for buying a bunch of tools. Snap-on guy just gave it to me, and it's come in handy every once in a while. Some 10 snips, some longer needle nose, and my normal needle nose that I use, channel locks, got some vice grips, safety wire twister, one of these MIG gun plier deals, and bought these at Kmart, I believe, a long time ago. They've been really good little shears for stuff. One of those mechanical crimpers underneath it there. Don't really use it anymore, but use these a lot. These are really good pliers. Got them from Snap-on, but I wouldn't do that again. I'd just buy them from Snap-on doesn't make them. Somebody else makes them for them. I've seen them in stores, seen them in Home Depot before. I like this little set because it's small, easy to use, easy to strip wire with. Got a couple different pair of dikes and different pliers. Normal set, and then this other set here below it has the grooves cut in it. Makes it nice for cotter pins. Get them in there and get them started. Some more, a little bit smaller dikes and lineman pliers. And then these little suckers I use all the time. Klein tools, good stuff. Really like this little set of needle nose too for the little deal right here. Take the tip out of the MIG gun with. Works real good, and clean out the nozzle. And works good. Keep it in your pocket. Pliers, some pry bars. flywheel turner, a bunch of different pry bars. That snap-on adjustable lady's foot, whatever the heck they call it, actually had a whole set of those, and it's the only one I got left. A bunch of them got stolen. They got some heel bars, ladies' foots, whatever you want to call them, regular pry bars. I like using the handled pry bars a lot better. I got a long Phillips over there in the corner. Kind of a hodgepodge of screwdrivers. That anymore it's easier to use the screw gun and just get bits. And these are some Torx, real old set. I bought those on the road somewhere to take a dash apart. Stanley knives. These striking, I like these, man. These things can get some gaskets off, let me tell you. This little snap-on set, I like these screwdrivers. They're really good screwdrivers. And this little set here I got off Amazon, that also nice, little tiny screwdrivers. You need them every once in a while. And got some valve core deals. This one's actually for air conditioning. Had to buy it for a job on the house. And Zeus driver and a clutch and a couple of my old, this is one of those square drive deals. I've had those forever. That set I've had, I don't know, early 90s. Don't really use them anymore. Use the comfort grip ones I got in my other box. My Dale Earnhardt. It's a great screwdriver. Had it forever. Magnetic. Use it all the time. Craftsman. This one's a Klein. I think I lost the Craftsman one. I bought a Klein instead. Nut drivers. Got some blades for this overflow knife. That sucker's nice. Scribe. Just kind of a variety of screwdriver stuff I've had for a long, long time. Junk drawer. Everybody's got one, right? All kinds of junk. Yeah, a lot of the welding stuff in here. Got my handheld remote, keep in there. You name it, all kinds of different welding stuff in here. Batteries for one of my hoods. Tungsten. Drive rolls for my different tips and plasma stuff and lenses and covers, my cheaters. And then got pipe wrenches and crescent wrenches. Had to buy new pipe wrenches also because a bunch of my stuff got stolen. So ended up buying that 36 and the 24, that smaller 18-inch, whatever it is. It wasn't in the stuff that got stolen. I had to get a new 24-inch crescent as well. Got a bunch of junk below it. Lots of old wrenches. Some stuff that I used to have before I bought those snap-on wrenches. Regular old steel pipe wrenches that don't use all that often anymore. That Klein level, good little level. Keep some earmuffs in here, and then my dad gave me these. It's a really, really old snap-on set, 3/4 inch drive. Deeps, they don't make them anymore. And that was actually, this is one of the older ones that I got replaced. It's 3/4, and the original, the one my dad had, all the chrome was coming off of it, and it'd slice your hand open, and got that replaced a while back. And then the other one I have is, I believe I bought it from somebody that was needing to sell it, but I got a bunch of 3/4 inch drive impact sockets in here. Use those. Lots of spare stuff. over here. So one of my old snap-on 1/2-inch drives barely works anymore. Those Ingersolls are about the same. They barely work anymore. This sucker's been an awesome air hammer. Used it a lot. Ingersoll reversible air. This is snap-on here. Really good air drill. That little 3/8, I still use it a lot. I like it. It's pretty small and it doesn't have near as much power as that new snap-on one, so I use it a lot. That butterfly one, I don't know if I've ever even used it. Just one of those cheapy ones. This angle die grinder, use it a lot. And snap-on air ratchet. Don't really use it a lot anymore, but I used to use it a ton before I got the battery tools. 3/4 inch snap-on impact, use it a lot. We got a larger 1-inch drive too. Actually got several of them, but they're not. They're too big to keep in here. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of junk in here. Tire flaters, blowguns, test light, Teflon tape, all kinds of junk. Allen wrenches. This, I like this thing for testing solenoids. It works great. You can hold it down there and when the solenoid kicks on, it'll light up. Works good. These picks here, love the heck out of these. We got another set. They're actually not all in here because I don't really use the little short ones anymore. But this little snap-on set I've had for a long time as well. But I was doing a job and they're actually, the little short ones, I needed them and I was actually in the house working with them, so they're in the house. Drill bits. These rotor broaches are really nice. If you don't got a set yet, buy them. They are annular cutter. Not sure if they're carbide or high-speed steel. When you break them, man, they sure shatter into tiny little pieces, but really great. Great for cutting holes. They'll cut right through a Peterbilt frame like nothing. That's what I use these larger ones for. Mountain whatever, you know, steps, whatever on a truck. They go right through it. I use my 1/2-inch air drill. It turns at a great RPM for it, and man, these things, they'll eat right through a Peterbilt frame. And if you ever tried to drill one before, you know what I'm talking about. They suck. A whole bunch of die grinder stuff, drill bits. This is a slugger cutter for my magnetic. I've got one of those magnetic frame drills that I use now. And files, and this set, kind of a, I bought this thing in the early 90s and they're crap. All these little ones that you're always going to need to use, they just snap right off, so they suck. Ain't worth it. Weld something on it and get it out. But files, and got easy outs underneath there in the pouches, and got a whole bunch of different easy outs. And some stones here. Cleaning stuff up, a whole bunch of different easy outs below all this stuff. Snap-on file set I actually got from a guy that needed to sell some tools. In this drawer here, got Starrett OD mics. They go from up to 3-inch. Really nice set. Etalon set of calipers. SBI dial indicator, some Starrett squares, and old style calipers that are broken. My dad gave me those. My dad actually gave me all these Starrett mics. This is a Interrapid tenth indicator, 5/10,000ths. And some feeler gauges. This digital protractor has been awesome. SBI. This thing is really nice. Looks brand new. I try to keep it in good shape because a little bit pricey, but yeah, we got some larger taps, some thread restorers, some pullers. These are just cheapy pullers. One of my TIG torch, that's CK Worldwide. That head can spin around any way you want it. Every once in a while it's really nice to get into a really tight spot. These are a set of hole punches here. Oh, that's that puller set. That's that. Got another set in the same old box like this. It's a set of punches. I'll have to figure out where those are, I guess. I don't know where they are. I got a bunch of TIG stuff in here. Cups and collets and name it. Got some tungsten. This is hand riveter and some aircraft building tools. Some Cleco pliers and fluting pliers and my swivel head manual rivet gun for the pop rivet type, and a hand seamer, some drill bits that I need, and then a bunch of different countersinks and pins and specialty. All these little bags here have all the little tools for this Cleveland hand riveter. This deal here is a countersink that only lets you go to the depth you set it. And this bottom drawer is all my tap and die sets. Yeah, I'm not going to drag them all out of there. Everybody's seen them before. Got a couple little sets and a couple larger sets, metric and standard. And got my really old ignition tester there in the back. Might as well throw it away. Alright, one last drawer here. This drawer here, I got a lot of gloves and all kinds of stuff. Some paperwork that I have. Got a IR thermometer, my Stuart Warner contact tack, bunch of big drill bits, my fluke meter and my fluke IR thermometer in here, bunch of hole saws, bunch of junk in there. But yeah, that wraps it up. I did not buy this, did not order this toolbox. I bought it from a guy that was selling it. He was a Marine that worked at Davis Monthan Air Force Base. And he ended up taking a job that they provided all of his tools. So he put this up for sale, and I was working out of 3 different toolboxes at the time. So I bought it, and it's been a good box for me. It's done the job. Over here I got my squares hanging on the side and these little blue point lights. I use them, hang up under stuff so you can see. But yeah, stainless top on this one. It's been beat up a little bit, but got a bunch of junk up here, but drills and some of my welder stuff in the back there for my spool gun, and my old Dale Earnhardt cup. Drop it and broke it, so glued it back together. Battery chargers, and got the drills I use all the time. The little impact driver. Had that one for quite a while. Been around the block. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.